morning. Welcome to Wednesday. And it is May 13th, I believe. And I'm going to do our active aging workout. So, as always, I need to have the disclaimer that you're working out at your own risk. I need you to use your judgment to evaluate your surroundings and your footwear. So all those kind of things take into account. I do suggest that you wear some good athletic shoes and not flip-flops or something like that, especially if you're using hand weights. If you accidentally drop those weights, even a 1 pound weight does not feel good on a bare big toe. So I suggest you wear good shoes. I'm not there to enforce it. So you are working out at your own risk. Be aware of your flooring. If you're wearing carpet and we move, especially laterally, there is a risk of it catching or rolling your ankles. So I need you to be aware, and maybe, especially if you have weak ankles or a past ankle injury, maybe you're extra careful, meaning you really pick up your feet to step side to side, or you don't do it at all if you're feeling very hesitant about it. Of course, that side-to-side movement is very important for all of us to strengthen the ankles and the IT band in our hips, because most of us don't walk sideways, and we need to do some of that sideways movement to improve our health because we want to balance out our muscles. Wow, I can see some people checking in already, flying by. I missed a bunch of people. Marilyn's here and Retha again. So, working out your own intensity means you be aware of the joints or issues that you have, including maybe even lung issues. Maybe let's not even talk about physical issues. Let's talk about emotional issues right now. If you're going through some kind of a depression through all of this isolation, you are not alone. I know sometimes I beat myself up because really I have life pretty easy compared to a lot of people in the world who are right now literally living on the edge, hand to mouth. There's no way for them to support themselves during this crisis. I have food and shelter and much more than that. I'm abundantly blessed. So I feel bad even complaining about any isolation or depression or sadness that I would feel. So be aware that that can really drain you, but don't let it keep you from movement. Exercise would be great. So even on days, I even have days I don't want to do it. Make yourself do something. Talk yourself through. A lot of times what I do is I'll say to myself, how about just doing 5 minutes of movement? You don't have to go all out. And if you're not feeling it, you can quit. So do those kind of things. Usually once you get going, you'll feel better. It really can lift your mood. It does have scientific proof that it releases endorphins and good feelings in your body. Okay, so having said that, the other thing I wanted to remind you about is nutrition today. And a lot of times people, they think, okay, I know I'm supposed to eat. Everything I want to eat is bad for me and everything I don't like is good for me. But listen, you can find something that you like to improve your health. I say make small changes. The most important thing is drinking more water, preferably. If you're really not a big water drinker, find some foods that are still healthy, like if you can get one of those infuser pitchers where you put some fruit in there and then it makes your water taste good without adding sweetener. Or you can even buy those fruit-infused waters now. All kinds of ways without adding a lot of sweeteners or heavy sugars and stuff to get that healthy fluid in you. Drink more water. So that's the first change I suggest to people. If you're already doing that, then move on to adding a fruit or a vegetable, 1 more per day. How's that? All right. So, especially for active agers, fluids, movement, and fiber are 3 things you really need in your life. So keep that in mind. All of those things are important for your health. And everything that you put in has to count. Everything you put into your body. So make better choices. You will feel better. So sometimes when you're balancing out, do I eat a piece of chocolate cake or this apple? And you're like, well, duh, the chocolate cake looks a lot better. I need you to pause and think about how much better you feel when you eat healthy. Make yourself eat the apple first. If you're still not full, eat some chocolate cake. Everything in moderation, eat in moderation. All right, y'all. It is about 10 o'clock. We're going to get started. If you have a chair handy, I am going to use the chair today for those people, because I do have people who join in who need the chair. And I don't want to leave them out. I want to show them what to do. So those of you who don't need the chair, feel free to be out of the chair. Today, I'm going to use my band for my resistance. If you're using weights, I'll be telling you what you can do. Pretty much it's the same thing you're used to doing. Bicep curls, triceps, chest, back, a little bit of shoulders. Nothing too fancy. So it's always pretty basic. I like to keep it simple, stupid, right? For me, as much as you. Let's get started. I love that I'm seeing people pop in. Good morning, good morning. Let's get moving. I've already announced all about the 24-hour thing, but check back. 24-hour has opened or is opening 5 on May 18th. 5 gyms. None of them are around the ones that I taught, Euless, Bedford, or South Lake. They're all, I think it's Arlington, Mansfield, Castle Hills, McKinney, and Fort Worth Horn. I think those are it. So anyway, we'll talk more about that. If you missed some of that, check my last couple workouts, and I had announcements at the beginning about it. All right, we're gonna march. Remember that if you're in the chair, at least half your thigh is off the chair, okay? At least half. You can sit further forward if you're short like me, just to touch the floor. Your back should be nice and tall. And really honestly, if you're a chair person, sitting up tall is the biggest part of the workout, because what are we tempted to do? We're tempted to slouch. I also don't know what kind of chair you're in. Maybe you're at home, you're in like a soft, cushy chair, right? So you really need to work hard to be athletic here. If you're standing, you may stand beside the chair or something else to keep your balance if you need it. Good. I need your knees to come up high, way up high. Now if you're in the chair, you're gonna notice those hip flexors get tired. So you're gonna need to lean back. Now if you're standing, just get those knees up. Let's all add arms. If overhead doesn't work for you, put them somewhere else. 8, 4, and regular march. I'm sitting back up. I'm gonna tap my toes to the side. You may do this standing or seated. Tap, tap. Tap forward, arms up. You're gonna slow it down. Tap, tap. Speed it up again. Who's ready for a kick? Kick. Now if you're seated, once again, you're gonna notice those hip flexors get really tight. Leaning back is a good way to release the hip flexors. It gives you greater range of motion, especially for things like kicks. If you're in the chair, it's hard not to have to extend the knee, but make sure it's an extension with muscle and not a joint flinging, okay? See the difference? I'm using my muscles. 4 and 3, we're all gonna do squats. Here we go. In the chair, it's a squeeze release or a transfer of weight. Squats. I'm gonna stand for a few seconds. If you're standing, you could actually sit down and stand up. Okay, that's a good squat. Or just do a regular squat if you're used to them. Everyone, hold that squat. If you're in the chair, I need you to put some weight in your feet. All right, hover if you can. And then everybody march. You may do it seated. I'm standing right now. You may sit. Tap to the side again. And we're just swinging those arms. You can do it in the chair. Overhead if you can. March, scissor the arms overhead. Bring it all the way down. Good. Fast march for 20 seconds. Could you do it in the chair? Yeah. In fact, in the chair, you could do what we would call high impact. If I was doing this on the ground, you don't have to. Either way, come on, you're not done. 20 seconds is a lot longer than it sounds. March it out. Did you get your breathing up? Just a little bit or a lot? All right, if you're in the chair, tap forward. If you're out of the chair, tap back. Good. I'm standing off to the side. You're going to slow it down again. Remember in the chair how we slowed it down? You're reaching forward. We're reaching back if we're standing. Speed it up again. Squeeze the pelvic floor if you're standing to support your back. Lift your chest. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. If you're in the chair, you might have to lean back. We're going back to kicks. Good. Keep it up. If you're able, take the arms all the way around. Yeah. March it out. We're going to do another 20-second blood pumper. Do what you can with it. You can do it seated. Here we go, 20 seconds. Oh yeah. Can you go any faster? Help me. Come on. Keep those feet moving. Oh, you're not done. Oh no. 3, 2, 1. March it out. Who's ready for a drink? A sip of water, huh? I am. All right, y'all. Little cardio. Here we go. Remember, you can stay in the chair. Remember, when I call squats, if you're in the chair, you have a couple options. All you have to do is squeeze your bottom and release. I suggest in the chair, instead of just squeeze release at tempo, you squeeze and hold a little extra. So your squats are slower than ours, if that's all you're doing. If you can press your feet into the ground, it adds intensity. If you can transfer weight forward and back, it adds even more. All right? Good job. Seated or standing, we're starting elbow to knee. I'll start seated. Could you do it standing? Yes. Elbow to knee. 8. Now, march fast. I'm starting seated. You could be standing. Come on. Make it faster. Yeah, without slouching over and crunching, right? Sitting up tall, standing up tall. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Heel taps. Bicep curl. Standing is fine. Elbow to knee. Here we go. Sit up tall or stand up tall. See if you can get the knee up to the elbow rather than the elbow down to the knee. If your hip flexors start to bother you in the chair, leaning back will help. It's not lazy, it just looks lazy. Good. 4 more. Fast speed, let's go. Come on, do it. Do it. You can do it seated. Sure you can, I am. Oh, we're not done. You have 5 more seconds. You can lean back if your hip flexors are bothering you. 3, 2, 1. Heel taps. Push, pull, push, pull. Good. I'm standing up. You may stay seated. Elbow to knee. Here we go. You're doing 4, 3, 2. Now one leg only. 8, 7. Change sides. You can do this seated. You all know that by now. 4, 3. Fast feet. 20 seconds. Woo, Nelly. If fast feet's not good for you, march. You can slow it down. This is your workout. It's your workout. Can you go faster? Woo, baby. Heels. Reach those arms. Four, 3, 2, march it out. We're going to squats, 30 seconds of them. Here we go. Sitting and standing is a squat. The thing I like about this is it forces you to do a correct squat. Because a lot of people do squats like this. This is not a squat, y'all. Ruin your knee. You want to ruin your knees? Do that. Okay? Your feet need to be slightly in front of that chair. You don't have to sit down. You could do a regular squat. You could do the other chair squats. Elbow to knee, here we go. One leg only. 8, 7. Change sides. Heel taps. Forward. Anytime I do something with the arms that is not comfortable for your shoulders, change it. Do something that feels good to the shoulders. Last 20 seconds. Let's go. Fast feet. Oh, can you go faster? Whoa. Can you bring it close together? That far apart. Further. Close. 4, 3, knees up. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Get water. I'm gonna grab my band. 2, if you have weights, grab those. We're going to do some bicep curls and some overhead presses. So if you have different size weights, probably your mid weights or light weights, right? Not the heavy weights. Well, sorry to insult anybody who's super strong, okay? So I'm putting both feet on my band, okay? All right, I'm starting seated. That means I'm gonna have to take up slack. If you have hand weights, hold the weights, do not squeeze your hands. Sit or stand up tall. Everyone's just doing a bicep curl. Bicep, good. Squeezing your biceps, not your hands. Okay, fingers are relaxed. Good. You could do it standing or seated. We're gonna do it like stopgap, halfway up, all the way up. Halfway down, and down. Halfway up, all the way up. Good. If you're doing hand weights and you want to add a little cardio with this, march with it. You can march. It's hard for us with the bands to march. We're all going to stop halfway, little pulses. 2 inches up, 2 inches down. From the elbows, not your shoulders. Good. 4, 3. Now turkey in the oven. Here we go. Reach, pull. Remember, if you want, you could add a march here, or squats or something if you need to add some intensity to your cardio. 2 more. Now full bicep curls. If you have heavy weights, you might need to go slower than I am. If you have lighter weights, you might be able to go faster. I got to the store late in this whole COVID era, and all the tubes and bands were picked over. So I have like a 30-pound tube and then really light tubes. I can't find one that works for me, but I'm making it work. Stopgap, halfway up, all the way up. Halfway down and down. Your fingers are relaxed, y'all. If you want, you can march with this. You're gonna bring it up halfway, up and down, about 2 inches up, 2 inches down from halfway. Fingers are not tense. Turkey in the oven, push and pull. Good. We're gonna take the arms out to the side. My elbows are bent. If you're using hand weights, same thing. Now if you have light weights or strong arms, you could do it with straight arms. But if you're doing straight arms, notice my fist needs to be here, not hanging. No. Yes, okay? Fists in front of your wrists, and my arms are slightly in front of me to protect my shoulders. You can keep your elbows bent, and if laterals don't work for you, do a different shoulder raise. Good. Halfway up, all the way up. Halfway down, and down. Again. Relax your neck. Make the work stay in your shoulders. Last stopgap. Hands overhead if you can. Now, if you can't do overhead, what are you gonna do? Well, you could do front raise, you could do rotator, you could do posterior delts. Something else. Up. Remember, when we do overhead, it's dishes on a shelf. You're putting dishes up. Your arms go by your temples, not by your ears. Because there's a little process in your shoulder and it gets caught. It just rubs that bone. So we need to keep it forward, not back. Stop gap. Halfway, all the way. Halfway, down. You could do this with no weights, just body weight is fine. Remember not to squeeze your hands. And remember to breathe. All right, y'all. Let's set the tubes or weights aside. Get another sip of water. You should feel that in your shoulders. So even when we have bad shoulders, we still need to work the muscles around the joint to protect the joint. Back to a little cardio. All right? If you're seated, we're going to start with curtsy lunges. So I'm starting seated. I'm going to cross in front. If you're standing, you can cross in front or behind. All right? So in the chair, remember when I get up later, when I say curtsy lunge, yours looks more like this. If it hurts you to cross midline, then just do it straight ahead. Straight ahead is fine. Awesome. 4 more. I'll be doing it standing later, but those who are standing, I think you know what to do. We're all going to do a kick. If you're seated, you might need to lean back to protect your hip flexors. Stay on one leg for 8. 8. So if you're standing, you might need to stand beside the chair so you can hold on for balance. Change legs. 4, 3, 2, high knee march. Remember, if you're in the chair, you can lean back. We're all doing squats for 30 seconds. Remember chair options? I hope you do. Oh yeah, those who need more can go faster. You need more intensity, get the arms overhead. You need less intensity, maybe slow it down. Maybe do chair squats. You have 10 more seconds. Everyone march. You may stay in the chair. I'm going to do another round standing. You can stay in the chair. We start with curtsy lunges. Those who are in the chair, you're tapping in front, crossing in front. Good. Deep as you dare if you're standing. If your knees are bad, maybe you're not going deep at all. Maybe all you're doing is crossing and squeezing your glutes. Squeeze those thighs together. 2 more. Everyone kick. Here we go. One leg only. Give me 8, 7. Come on, get that leg up, hip height. Don't be lazy. Other leg. And squats. You can do the squats in the chair. You get winded, sit down, squeeze and release the glutes. You have 5 more seconds, y'all. Who's ready? Knees up, nice and high. Nice and high. You might be off the beat so that you can get the knees high. All right. I want you to keep your knee height, and I want you to go faster for 20 seconds. Go, go. This is not little fast feet, so you may not go as fast. Get the knees up there as fast as you can go safely. If you have asthma, a heart condition, maybe bad allergies right now, maybe you're just feeling extra down today. Just move, just move. Be gracious to yourself. Now march easy. We're going back to curtsy lunge. If you're in the chair, cross front. Nice. As you're doing this, squeeze those inner thighs together like you gotta go to the bathroom. Good. Maybe you add arms. You go as deep as you want. 4 more. 3 more. We're going to kicks, alternating legs. You could do it seated. Maybe you alternate. Maybe sometimes you sit and sometimes you stand. You don't do it all one way or another. All right. One leg only. 8, 7. Change legs. 4, 3, 2, squats. 30 seconds of it. So maybe you're done, you're like, oh, I can't do any more squats. Then I need you in the chair, just squeeze, release the glutes. Remember, those are squats. They're just milder. It's okay. Be gracious to yourself. There's a difference between being gracious and being lazy. I know you're gracious with yourself. None of you are lazy. You wouldn't even be here. High knees. All right, get a sip of water. Grab that tube or weights. We're gonna do some chest and back and triceps. I will give you some leg options for those of you who want to keep your cardio up. But if you're seated, you can start with chest. So lots of different setups out there. I don't know what you can do. If I have a band, I can put mine around the back of my chair so that I can do chest flies this way. You might be in a couch. Maybe you can't do that. And you're gonna put your band behind your back, okay? And you can make it harder by grabbing in more of the tube. You can let it slide out to make it easier. And remember, if you have weights, you're gonna do chest flies here, or standing, or leaning back, okay? If you have no weights, no nothing, you're pressing your hands. Press, relax, or press and open. The most important thing is that your wrists are in line. So we're not doing this for chest. We keep the elbows down. Everyone's got an option. Weights, no weights, bands. Let's go. Chest flies. Now, chest flies can be tough on the shoulders. Those who can't will keep it close and just press, release. Right here is good, right? Yes, we have that option. Stop gap. Here we go. Halfway, all the way. Halfway and open. Now, I need you to feel it in your muscles, not the joints. Remember, you have all those other options. I'm not going to go over them again. It gets old. Now, bring it where you feel it the most and pulse. Pulse. Squeeze your chest. I need you to feel it in your chest. 4, 3, back to full range flies. Open, close. Yeah. I'm leaning back. I think it gives me more intensity than this. You play with it. Squeeze the chest. Yes, you should feel warm in the muscles. Now, stop gap. So you need to go until it feels a little uncomfortable. I'm not talking joint pain. You know what I'm talking about. Don't make me come through that screen. Halfway and pulse. You got 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to our back muscles, the opposite. If you need water, grab it. What are your options? Glad you asked. All right, if you have weights, you're gonna squeeze your back, okay? Remember, it's your back. Don't give me this pumping arm stuff. You could do it without your elbows. Squeeze the back. You could do reverse fly if you have nice light weights. All right, for those who want a little more, I said I'd give you leg options. You're gonna do one leg forward, right, in a lunge position to do your row. All right, if you got tubes, you're gonna put the tube under either both legs or just one. I'm gonna start with just one. If you're in the chair, you lean forward, squeeze your back. Now you can do it without weights. I need you to mentally and physically engage the shoulder blades together. Squeeze, think posture. Good, keep feeling that. Now those who are standing and want a little more, you could add a lunge. You don't have to. I'm giving options. Remember the stop gap, come up halfway, all the way. Halfway down and down. I'm adding the lunge, you don't have to. If you're in the chair, same deal, you're doing the stopgap, upper body. Now find where you feel it the most and pulse. Squeeze, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna do it again. So those of us who have one foot in need to change feet. Do the other lunge. If you're not doing that, you're just taking a break. I did it with the row the first time. I'm gonna do a fly this time just to change it up if you don't have to. So you're either rowing or reverse fly. Squeezing like you're trying to get your elbows to touch in the back. Okay, this is not my shoulders. My shoulder blades, my back muscles. Good. Can you do the stopgap halfway, all the way? Once again, you can add the legs or not. You can do it seated or standing. You can put both feet in if you want. Good, good. Stopgap, halfway, and down. One more of those. Now you're gonna go where you feel it the most and pulse it. Remember, this is an option. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, triceps are next. Need a sip of water? Get it. I'm gonna do tricep kickbacks to start so that everybody has the base move. So you can stand, again, both feet down. If you're standing with tubes, tricep kickback. You could do that with weights, right? You got hand weights, you got no weights. Tricep kickback. Now, if you've got a nice strong back, do this, lean forward. If you need to, you're doing the split stance because it protects your back. Even better to protect a back, seated. We're all doing tricep kickback. I'm turning to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Straighten and bend the elbows, shoulders don't move. The closer I get to fighting gravity, the harder this is. Okay? But it's also hard on a bad back. Judgment, use your judgment. Stopgap, here we go. Halfway up, halfway, all the way, halfway, in. Weights, no weights, tubes, whatever you got. Try to keep your neck long. Try not to get your shoulders hunched up. Now where you feel it the most, pulse, pulse. I need your arms to straighten. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You may repeat exactly what we just did with kickbacks. All right? Those who want a different challenge, if you have weights, you can do an overhead extension. This is not good for people with high blood pressure. It's not good for people with shoulder moves. Everyone else is doing this, right? If you're doing a tube, you're going to do one arm at a time. So you're holding the tube in one hand, you reach back, this arm is bent, you grab at your waist, and then you extend, okay? Kind of got it? If not, don't worry. Everyone's doing kickbacks or overhead extensions, both arms or one arm. Go. Straighten and bend. Now if I need more, I'm pulling more tube down. If you're using a hand weight to make it challenging, touch your back and then go up a lot harder. Keep the elbow closer to your head. Stopgap, half, up. Good. Remember, those of us doing it overhead, if it starts to bother your shoulder, you have the option of a tricep kickback. Okay? Keep the arm close to your head. Find where you feel it the most and pulse for 8, 7, 6. You can do it standing or seated. Awesome. I'm changing sides. Those of you who are doing both arms at once, take a break. So now I'm holding the tube in the other hand. I start with my elbow bent, and I grab at the waist so that I have somewhere to go. Then I can adjust it from there. Keep it close to your head, singles. If you're doing an overhead extension, especially with both arms, keep the arms close to your head. If your elbows wing out to the side, it's not triceps, and you're damaging your shoulders, okay? Here we go, stopgap. You're doing kickbacks if this isn't for you. Everyone knows what that is. We did it the first round. Good. You're gonna do 2 more stop gaps. Halfway, all the way. Halfway, all the way. Find where you feel it the most in 8, 7, 6. You got 4, you got 3, you got 2, and 1. Bring that down. Lose your weights and get a sip of water. Why not? Water, water, water. I gotta do what I preach. Yes, you need water. Blue, blue, blue. All right. Let's take a nice deep breath. Seated or standing, take a deep breath in. Exhale the arms out. Inhale in again. Flex your wrists, press the arms away like you're inside a bubble, feeling the walls of the bubble. Take your arms back as far as they go. Maybe it's here, maybe you can clasp. Open your chest, squeeze your back, chin up. And now I need you to roll your wrists as you bring your arms back overhead. Press your palms together, pull the hands through the midline. Seated or standing. If you're standing, I need a nice base, knees soft. Twist your upper body to one side. If you're standing, try to keep your knees forward and your hips forward. Slowly to the other side. If you're seated, they're already going to be forward. And back to center. Inhale your arms straight up overhead, right through the midline. And exhale them out. Hands come mid-thigh, leaning forward, seated or standing, cat and cow. Arch the back up. Exhale your air out. And then inhale as you arch the belly down, pull your shoulders back. Lift your tailbone. I want you to go back and forth at your own pace, with your own breathing. And if one of these stretches feels better to you than the other, stay there for an extra breath. If you're standing up, please make sure you're not putting your hands on your kneecaps. Actually, even if you're sitting down. All right, then as you're leaning forward slightly, tip one shoulder down and look over your back shoulder. And we switch sides. And we come to center and unroll. Yeah. If you want to remain standing and not use a chair, one foot forward, one leg back, okay, into a nice runner's lunge, okay, to really open up that hip flexor. If you need the chair, this is such a good stretch because you don't even have to worry about your joints or anything. The chair is holding you up. All you have to focus on is opening your hip flexor. We're going to switch sides or switch legs if you're standing. Squeeze the back glute. Lengthen, push the hip forward. And go ahead and release that squeeze. Maybe it softens a bit and then squeeze it again. And release. Good. We're going to do a hamstring stretch. So if you're seated, just put one leg forward. If you're standing, you're also doing the same thing. Your hand that supports you is way up high on your thigh of the back leg. Back straight. Press the heel down. Gently arch. Feel that hamstring. And now melt into it. You're not forcing it. You're allowing your muscles to melt. You're going to switch sides. If you're standing, find your just a relaxing standing pose. If you're seated, go ahead and slide back in that chair. Take your head and make a nice big circle, gently and slowly. The only thing we usually ask is that you don't drop your head all the way back. That's not good for your neck. And reverse once you've gone a full circle. When you finish your second circle, let the head just kind of float above the shoulders. Let the shoulders hang down. Let the arms be heavy. And without using your arms or anything, just take a deep breath and notice your breath. Take Another deep breath and exhale. One more. Inhale that grace to yourself. Exhale that peaceful feeling. And give yourself a pat on the back. You did it again. Thank you guys for joining me. Tomorrow, it's very likely either I won't be here or I'm gonna have to do it early, like at 9 o'clock instead of 10, because I have an appointment tomorrow and I won't be able to be doing 10 o'clock. So either I'll be here at 9 or else you can check another video on my wall. So y'all take care. Love to hear from y'all. Love you. Bye.